That was an excellent fight. I mean, beyond everything else,
he stays
it was just
inside a little too much, but I think with the level of competition, he probably wouldn't do that as much.
Fighting, it was a war of attrition. Both men
we'll be right back. TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live.
The odds on a draw 20-1.
The fight V360.com.
I have the feeling that more rounds will go to Tevin Farmer here. You get that feeling?
I think it depends on what the judges actually value, as Sergio said. I scored the fight 115-113 for Tevin Farmer, but there were a lot of swing rounds, Brian.
Right, so 7-5.
Yeah, I had a
swing
7-4.
one round, it's a draw.
And in the arena, it was definitely Tevin Farmer.
Several of those rounds.
I think you could have swung at least 4 of those rounds.
But I was at the fight, so this is my first time watching it from home. I didn't even watch any highlights.
Take him a lot more seriously now. He's smiling, he's mugging, but you know what? He can bring it, and he certainly brought it early in this fight.
Well, Carroll said he was going to take Farmer's soul.
He was taking a lot of body shots. This was Jono Carroll's best fight, especially with this level of competition. People thought that Tevin Farmer was going to destroy him, so his profile has risen.
He comes flying out of there.
And let me tell you, that atmosphere in there, like, this was a good card. Like Hank Lundy Sparrow, the Luke Campbell fight.
Smart punching with Farmer looking for the right shots to the body.
Katie Taylor got a knockout.
Carroll fighting him off.
Gabriel Rosado, Soluski.
And it was in the 11th
round. It's probably the fight of the night, right?
Had the biggest rounds of the night. Rocking Jono Carroll. Nearly.
But what we're going to talk about is
possibly close to a
how
knockout, but a knockout.
You know how they say. Here, let me mute that. You know how they say Errol Spence is on the wrong side of the street because he's over on ESPN and all the good 147-pound fighters are under Al Heyman or on Showtime or on Fox. So he can't really fight those guys because they'll fight each other before they fight him. Well, when it comes to Tevin Farmer, he's in a tough situation because in both divisions below him and above him at 126 and 135, the fighters are either with Top Rank over on ESPN or they're over with PBC Showtime.
Scorecards after 12 rounds of non-stop action.
Next.
John Potteray scores at 117-110. David Braslow and Sylvain LeBlanc both have it 117-111. All 3 scorecards go to the winner by unanimous decision. And still the IBF Super Featherweight Champion of the world.
They did a really good job building up this fight too, especially with what they did afterwards. And they did just the right. Listen, I'm glad that man got a cheese stick, Jono Carroll.
Well,
and I'm not talking about none of that.
I'm not surprised, Sergio. What about you?
No, we're in Philadelphia, and where's Tevin Farmer from?
And the other point that we're trying to make on all of these cards is that while
he was taking a lot of shots, though.
For us, and he had it 7-5.
And it was a close fight, but not that close in my opinion. I think Tevin Farmer legitimately won.
Over to Tevin Farmer, well, you have
but
that result. So
you got to look at how many punches Jono Carroll did through and the body work. And he only has 3 KOs, so you have to factor in what if Tevin Farmer fights a more powerful puncher.
I just think Carroll deserved more than what he got.
Yep.
They went out for cheese stick.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers.
In North Philly.
The work rate from Carroll was out of this world.
North Philly.
1,227 punches thrown.
There's Jono and Tevin Farmer.
Landed Tevin Farmer. So the accuracy for Farmer, Carroll with the higher work rate. And again, Carroll was not feather dusting. Carroll was throwing hard shots, landing power shots. Chris Mannix is in the ring.
It says by CompuBox or CompuStat or Punch Stats that he threw 1,227
your
punches.
Your 3rd title defense in a very tough fight. What'd you think about your performance?
That's when you go to get a real cheesesteak, one of those places.
I think even when I'm at my best, I'm gonna say it's still I need to improve. So I always think I need to improve. But it was a great fight. He talked a lot.
I would have picked somewhere a little bit. Maybe he goes there.
I got nothing but respect for him, and that's what it is.
Jono Carroll has a very specific style. He likes to make it a fight on the inside. He likes to throw a lot of punches. It seemed like you were willing to fight his type of fight. Were you?
Yeah, you see, I outboxed him when I wanted to. I won the inside when I wanted to. And I could have stayed on the outside the whole night, but then it would have been too easy, I know nobody like getting hit, but, I wanted to go and see what he was hitting for. I know we had a lot of words leading up to this camp, but, I had to see where his heart was at.
You seemed to show some urgency in that 11th round. You got him hurt. You very nearly were able to put him out of there. Did you feel like the fight was close as you entered those final rounds?
Absolutely not. The fight wasn't close, That's just what world champions do. World champion, we want to finish the fights out, and that's what I'm learning more and more being though I started boxing late.
Did
Did you worry at all during this fight? He was throwing a lot of punches. Not all of them were landing and not as effective as yours, but did you worry that that might influence the judges?
No, the judges are going to think what they want. I'm a fighter. I'm going to come and fight. If the judges see something, that's what they see. I can't control the judges, so why worry? I was always told, if you can't control it, don't worry about it.
So you make that third title defense, and you're still out there looking for that big signature fight. Everybody talks about you against Gervonta Davis.
After that footage.
Do you believe you can get Gervonta Davis into the ring?
Honestly, I don't really care. You know, I handle business tonight, and we go back. We go back to the behind the scenes. We do real business. You know, everybody know what Gervonta Davis got offered. What is Tevin Farmer being offered? You know, it takes two to tangle, and I feel like me and him, we built this fight up from 2014 to now. So I think we both should get fair money, life-changing money. And to answer your question, yes, I do want Gervonta Davis if the business right. But outside of him, you know, N2L is never too late. You know, I just dropped a clothing line with Box Raw, never too late. Go get them shirts on boxraw.com/never too late. And the after party at Riz Capital tonight, y'all.
Congratulations, Tevin. Guys?
Chris, thank you so much. By the way, one judge scored the 11th 10-8 for Tevin Farmer. I think you can do that, Sergio. He really had Carroll hurt there.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder how much they're offering him. You know, he's been more active. Yeah, that's true. I wonder how much they're offering him. Here, let's go look at the politics that I was talking to you about. Now, Miguel Burcho, he's over on Top Rank for now, so you can count him out. Alberto Machado, that is possible because he's a Golden Boy fighter, right? But he doesn't have that belt anymore. It's damn, I forgot the guy's name. Shit, I forgot the guy's name. I forgot the guy's name. You know what? Let's go look it up right now. We're not gonna do that to my man. In fact, he should be right here. Cancio, Andrew Cancio. There we are. You know, this is possible. Tevin Farmer versus him, but the thing is, he's got that WBA underling belt. He would have to drop it because you can't unify with that belt. You see what I'm saying? You can only unify with this belt that Gervonta Davis shouldn't even have. Right? Masayuki Ito is going to be fighting Jamel Herring. And then if you really look around, the only person he can fight is in the top 15 of the IBF unless he fights a mandatory. You know? And these are the names that are available. You know? We look at 135. Look. Top Rank. Lomachenko's having trouble getting fights up there. And remember, Tevin Farmer, if you don't know, Tevin Farmer and Tevin Farmer and Lomachenko sparred before. Mikey Garcia is expected to come back down to 135 after losing to Errol Spence. And then at 126, look, Al Heyman, thank you so much. BT Sport, Frank Warren, ESPN, you might as well say. ESPN. You know, the politics are heavy. The politics are heavy. So it's going to be real interesting to see what he's going to do, you know, or who he's going to fight next. The best thing he can do is just be active. He's not getting hurt. Just be active. You know, collect the paper, you know, keep building up his profile. And one thing for sure is they got to come back to Philly. I don't know if they're going to do it again next St. Patty's Day, but they did talk about the post-fight press conference, the atmosphere, and how they got to build off of that. You know, they got to build off of that. Like they saw that it's a nice Irish population here. And also, the Polish too. You know? I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.